On your blank piece of paper, use a lead pencil to lightly sketch out this template. Pause the video here if you need a little time. When your sketching is finished, trace over your leaf with a fine line black pen. In nature, this particular type of leaf will sometimes have random holes, so that's what I'm adding here. This is a completely optional step. Now I'm going to start adding patterns to my Zentangle Monstera plant. So you can follow along with my patterns or change them up, invent your whole new type of pattern. It's completely up to you. What I'm doing in the stem here is I've done some diagonal lines and I'm going to colour black in every second box that the lines have created. To create my next section, I'm drawing another line next to the fold in the leaf, and inside I'm putting tiny circles right up against each other until I've filled that whole section. I'm going to put a line here to show the boundary of my new section, so it's a little bit like a V or a U-shaped section. And for this pattern, I'm going to repeat wavy lines throughout the whole section. Here I'll create another boundary for a section. And just for fun, I'm going to add a spiral inside that hole there. Now, one of my favorite patterns is a checkerboard pattern. So I'm going to create a slightly curvy checkerboard pattern inside this shape. If you are new to this pattern, watch carefully how I colour in one square and then the diagonal squares to each side of it. And then you go back to the middle square on the next line. A line here actually creates two sections. So in this little triangle section, I'm going to make some really fine, neat diagonal lines. And in this large section, I'm going to do something I call overlapping rainbows. I've decided to colour the leaf holes in this section black because I think they're getting a little bit lost in the pattern. Time to make a new section. Now I'm going to do a pattern that is very similar to the overlapping rainbows, but it looks very different. It is overlapping circles within circles. So you want it to look like there are circles floating on top of other circles. See how they're similar, but they're very different styles. Next section. The technique I'm using here is called thick hatching. I'm doing lines of hatching, which are straight lines, and I'm slightly overlapping them as I go. To make those holes in the plant stand out, I'm lightly circling those holes. It's creating a little bit of a cross hatching effect, so it looks quite nice. And this can be our last section. So I might work with the holes and go over the top and fill this with lots and lots of dark circles. Compared to the other sections, there's a lot of white showing still. So to make it look a little bit more like the other sections, I'm going to connect these dots with lines. Then add some definition by creating a slight dark border around this section. And just to fill in a little bit more of that white space, I'm going to add tiny dots throughout. You can stop there with your beautiful leaf Zentangle, or an option is to go around the edges with a bright marker.